Ladies and gentlemen, today I want to talk about something extraordinary predictions about our near future that have already begun to reveal themselves in astonishing ways. Time and again, certain signs emerge, patterns so precise and clear that they cannot be ignored. And for 2026, three particular predictions have already started to unfold, showing us glimpses of what lies ahead. The first of these predictions concerns the world of technology and innovation. Experts had foreseen that this year would mark a breakthrough in artificial intelligence and automation, with machines beginning to influence daily life in ways we could barely imagine a few years ago. Already we see AI being integrated into healthcare, education, and even personal decision-making, assisting people in ways that seem almost prescient. The rapid expansion of these technologies is not just a coincidence, it's a signal that the gears of progress are turning faster than ever, and that the predictions of a tech-driven transformation are manifesting right before our eyes. The second prediction revolves around environmental shifts. Analysts had warned that certain extreme weather patterns would dominate 2026, from unusual storms to temperature fluctuations that defy previous norms. Across the globe, these events have already been recorded. Intense heat waves, unpredictable rainfall, and unusual storm formations have reminded us of the fragility of our planet. These signs are urgent not just for scientists but for all of us, because they tell a story about the need for immediate action. What seemed like a forecast months ago is now a living reality, challenging societies, economies, and ecosystems alike. Finally, the third prediction relates to financial and societal upheavals. Forecasters anticipated a shift in economic stability, predicting that markets would experience unexpected surges and downturns, reshaping wealth distribution and global trade dynamics. Already we observe these shifts, sudden opportunities appearing in certain sectors, while others face instability. This is a clear reminder that fortune and change often move hand in hand, and that being alert to these signs can make the difference between opportunity and loss. Those who pay attention are already positioning themselves to benefit from the winds of change, while those who ignore the signs risk being left behind. Taken together, these three predictions, technological leaps, environmental turbulence, and economic shifts, illustrate a world in motion. They remind us that the future is not some distant, abstract idea. It is unfolding in real time in the news we read, the storms we experience, and the innovations we embrace. The signs are clear, and those who recognize them are empowered to make informed choices, adapt, and thrive. So as we step further into 2026, let us remember that the signs don't lie. They are here to guide us, to warn us, and to inspire us. Our challenge is simple but profound: observe closely, act wisely, and remain ready for the extraordinary changes that this year has already begun to bring. The future is not coming, it is already here, and the signs are impossible to ignore. Technological breakthroughs are already visible. 2026 is showing early signs of revolutionary changes in AI, automation, and tech integration into daily life. These advancements are reshaping industries like healthcare, education, and personal decision-making, confirming predictions about a tech-driven transformation. The first and perhaps most striking sign of 2026 is the incredible pace of technological breakthroughs, which are already visible in ways that are reshaping how we live, work, and interact. Over the past few years, we have seen steady progress in artificial intelligence and automation, but this year marks a turning point. AI is no longer confined to research labs or the imagination of future, as it is now integrated into our daily lives, guiding decisions, enhancing efficiency, and even anticipating needs we didn't realize we had. In healthcare, AI-driven diagnostics are becoming faster and more accurate, helping doctors detect illnesses before they become critical and creating opportunities for treatment that were previously unimaginable. Hospitals and clinics are adopting these technologies at a pace that surprises even experts, and patients are beginning to experience the benefits firsthand. In education, AI is transforming learning, tailoring lessons to individual students' needs, and providing tools that allow children and adults alike to understand complex subjects more intuitively. This personalized approach is something that was predicted to emerge gradually over decades. Yet here it is, happening in real time, proving that the signs of transformation do not lie. Beyond healthcare and education, AI is also influencing how we manage our personal lives. From financial planning tools that predict market trends to intelligent assistants that organize schedules and suggest optimal decisions, these technologies are becoming an invisible but powerful guide in daily routines. Businesses are taking notice, and entire industries are shifting to embrace these tools, recognizing that ignoring such developments could mean falling behind competitors. What makes this particular prediction so fascinating is not just the presence of advanced technology, but the speed at which it is being adopted and the depth of its impact. What was once theoretical is now tangible. What was once futuristic is now immediate. People around the world are witnessing firsthand how automation and AI are changing industries and daily life. proving that foresight into these trends was not speculative but accurate. As these technological advancements continue to unfold, they also carry a subtle message. The future is malleable, but only for those willing to recognize and adapt to the signals. The early signs of 2026 are a call to action, inviting individuals, companies, and governments alike to embrace innovation responsibly and intelligently. The transformation is not something to fear, but something to understand and use wisely, because those who notice the signs and adjust their strategies accordingly will find themselves ahead in a world that is moving faster than ever. Technology is no longer just a tool, it is a signpost pointing to the future. And in 2026, it has begun to speak clearly to all who are willing to pay attention. Extreme environmental shifts are occurring. Unusual weather patterns, from intense heat waves to unpredictable storms, are already happening. These environmental signs highlight the urgency of addressing climate change and adapting to a rapidly evolving planet. The second sign of 2026 is the unmistakable shift in our environment, a warning that is already impossible to ignore. Unusual weather patterns, extreme storms, and temperature fluctuations are no longer distant predictions, they are happening now, affecting millions of people across the globe. In the past, we may have dismissed abnormal weather as random or isolated, but this year the patterns are clear and consistent, forming a story that demands our attention. Intense heat waves have struck regions that previously experienced moderate climates, pushing human endurance, agriculture, and infrastructure to their limits. These soaring temperatures are not just uncomfortable, they affect food production, energy consumption, and public health, revealing the vulnerability of systems we have long taken for granted. At the same time, unpredictable storms and rainfall are causing flooding, landslides, and disruptions that communities are struggling to manage. Cities, rural areas, and entire regions are witnessing firsthand how the environment is no longer behaving according to old patterns. And these events serve as unmistakable signs of change. This is a reality that confirms predictions made years ago about the increasing intensity and frequency of environmental events, and it underscores the urgency of action. What makes these developments particularly striking is that they are not isolated incidents. They are connected, forming a web of evidence that shows our climate and environment are in flux. Scientists, meteorologists, and policymakers have been pointing to these signs, warning that adaptation and preparation are no longer optional but necessary. The world is being reminded that natural systems are delicate and interdependent, and small disruptions can have large consequences. These environmental shifts also carry a lesson for individuals. Observation and awareness are crucial. Those who notice the signs, who take precautionary measures and adapt to new conditions are the ones who are most likely to survive, will be better equipped to navigate the challenges that 2026 is already presenting. Conversely, ignoring these signs is not merely a mistake, it can have severe consequences. Beyond immediate impacts, these events are symbolic, a reflection of larger global trends that demand responsibility, foresight, and action. They remind us that the natural world is not a passive backdrop to human activity, it is an active force that shapes our lives in profound ways. The patterns we are witnessing in 2026 are not coincidental, they are signals that change is underway, change that is both unavoidable and transformative. Recognizing these signs empowers us to respond with intelligence, resilience, and respect for the planet we depend on. In this year, the environment speaks clearly and it leaves no room for doubt. The time to observe, adapt, and act is now, because the signs do not lie. Economic and financial changes are emerging, market fluctuations, sudden opportunities in certain sectors and instability in others are reshaping global wealth and trade. Recognizing these signs allows people and businesses to adapt and seize opportunities. The third sign of 2026 is unfolding in the realm of finance and society, and it is already visible to those who pay close attention. Economic shifts, once gradual and predictable, are now appearing with sudden intensity, creating both challenges and opportunities in equal measure. Markets are fluctuating unpredictably. Industries that seemed stable a few years ago are now facing disruption, and new avenues for wealth and growth are emerging in ways that were foreseen but perhaps not fully understood until now. What makes these developments particularly remarkable is how they highlight the interconnectedness of global systems. Decisions made in one part of the world ripple outward, influencing trade, investment, and even the daily lives of ordinary people thousands of miles away. The signs are unmistakable. Opportunities are appearing where no one expected, while instability is testing the resilience of sectors previously considered reliable. For investors, entrepreneurs, and policymakers, this is a clear message that adaptability and awareness are essential. Those who notice the subtle cues, shifts in consumer behavior, sudden market trends, or emerging industries are the ones positioned to benefit. Those who ignore these signals risk being left behind. Beyond the numbers and charts, these financial signs carry a deeper societal meaning. They reflect the ongoing transformation of our world, where old systems are giving way to new structures, and where innovation and foresight can create advantages for those who are prepared. People are beginning to see that wealth is not simply a matter of luck, it is often the result of recognizing trends early and making informed decisions. These patterns are not random, they are part of a broader narrative about change, resilience, and opportunity in 2026. They remind us that fortune is often linked to perception, and that understanding the signs can mean the difference between thriving and struggling in a rapidly evolving world. Moreover, these economic shifts are not isolated, they are tied to technology, environment, and society. Innovations in AI automation, as we have already seen, are disrupting labor markets and creating new forms of productivity. Environmental changes, from unpredictable weather to global resource challenges, also influence supply chains and economic stability. The signs of 2026, when viewed together, reveal a complex but coherent picture, a world in motion where adaptation, insight, and timely action are crucial. This year is already demonstrating that those who read the signals, respond strategically, and embrace change will find themselves in a position of advantage. In every corner of finance and society, the evidence is clear. The future is not distant, it is arriving now, and it rewards those who see it coming. In 2026, the financial and societal signs do not lie. They call on us to observe closely, act wisely, and position ourselves to benefit from the extraordinary shifts already underway. The world is changing, and those who heed the signs will thrive in ways that others cannot yet imagine. Patterns and predictions are manifesting in real time. What was predicted for 2026 is no longer abstract, it is unfolding in daily life. The technological, environmental, and economic signs are proof that the future is arriving right now, offering guidance and warnings simultaneously. The fourth sign of 2026 is the clear manifestation of patterns and predictions in real time, and it is a phenomenon that cannot be ignored. What was once considered distant or hypothetical is now unfolding right before our eyes, proving that foresight is not a mere exercise in speculation but a reflection of reality waiting to be recognized. Across technology, the environment, and the financial world, the signs of change are not hidden or subtle, they are visible in daily headlines, in the transformations happening in communities, and in the shifts that touch our personal lives. The events we are witnessing now are proof that the future does not arrive slowly or in small increments. It comes in waves, and those who are alert can see its first ripples. These patterns are not coincidental. They are the result of underlying trends that were always present, moving beneath the surface until the moment arrives when they can no longer be ignored. In technology, for example, the rapid integration of ADAS into daily life demonstrates that predictions about innovation and automation were accurate. The changes are measurable, tangible, and affecting people on a global scale. Similarly, environmental shifts from unseasonable storms to rising temperatures are not random anomalies. They are consistent with warnings that were made about increasing climate volatility. By observing these signs, it becomes evident that the future is not something distant to be awaited. It is something unfolding continuously, and each of us experiences its effects whether we acknowledge it or not. This is a profound realization because it emphasizes the importance of awareness. Those who recognize patterns early are able to respond intelligently, whether that means preparing for economic shifts, adopting new technologies, or taking action to mitigate environmental challenges. The signs also highlight the interconnectedness of the modern world. A technological breakthrough in one country can have immediate financial consequences globally, while environmental disruptions in one region can influence markets and supply chains worldwide. Observing these patterns in real time teaches us that nothing exists in isolation. Every event, every change is part of a larger system, and understanding these connections allows us to make informed decisions. The clarity of the signs this year is a gift, an opportunity to navigate complexity with foresight. Ignoring these signals is no longer an option because the future, in its unfolding, is already shaping the present. Every storm, every market shift, every technological breakthrough is a reminder that reality is responding to forces we can study, interpret, and learn from. In 2026, the signs are manifesting in ways that cannot be denied, calling on us to pay attention, to act decisively, and to align ourselves with the opportunities and challenges that are appearing. The evidence is everywhere, and those who see it are equipped to thrive in a world that is moving faster, changing more profoundly, and offering possibilities that were once unimaginable. This year, the signs do not lie, they are a guide, a warning, and an invitation to embrace the unfolding future with clarity, awareness, and courage. Awareness and action are key. Observing the signs closely empowers us to make informed decisions, adapt to change, and thrive. Ignoring these signs risks being left behind, while understanding them opens doors to opportunity and preparedness for the extraordinary shifts happening this year. The fifth and final sign of 2026 is the urgent message that awareness and action are the keys to navigating the extraordinary changes we are witnessing. The world is moving at a pace unlike anything we have seen before, and the signs that surround us, technological innovations, environmental upheavals, and economic shifts, are all pointing in one clear direction. Those who observe, understand, and respond will thrive, while those who ignore these signs risk being left behind. Awareness is not a passive state. It requires focus, curiosity, and a willingness to see beyond the surface of events that might otherwise seem ordinary. It means paying attention to the patterns that are forming, recognizing the connections between seemingly unrelated occurrences, and interpreting them with clarity and insight. In 2026, these signs are abundant, but only those who actively look for them are able to fully understand their significance. Equally important is action. Awareness alone is not enough if it is not coupled with decisive and intelligent responses. For individuals, this could mean embracing new technologies that increase efficiency, learning skills that are becoming increasingly valuable in the modern economy, or preparing for environmental challenges that may affect daily life. For businesses and communities, action requires adaptation to changing markets, strategic investments, and long-term planning that takes emerging patterns into account. The signs are not mere curiosities, they are opportunities and warnings guiding us toward decisions that can define success or failure in this rapidly changing world. What makes this sign particularly compelling is that it emphasizes personal responsibility. No one can predict every twist and turn of the future, but we all have the ability to observe, interpret, and respond. The patterns of 2026 are not waiting for us to catch up, they are unfolding whether we are ready or not. This is both a challenge and a gift. Those who embrace it understand that foresight and preparation are more valuable than luck or chance. The year is already demonstrating that timing, awareness, and action are intertwined. Opportunities appear suddenly, and decisions made in the present can have far-reaching effects on personal and professional lives. By recognizing the signs early, people can position themselves to benefit from technological advances, protect themselves from environmental disruptions, and navigate economic shifts with confidence. This is the ultimate lesson of 2026. The signs do not lie, but they require participation. The world is offering clear guidance, but it is up to each of us to heed it. To succeed in this year, we must be vigilant observers, thoughtful interpreters, and decisive actors. Every choice matters, and every opportunity seized or missed is part of a larger pattern that shapes our future. The signs are here, unmistakable and powerful, reminding us that the unfolding of events is a call to awareness, an invitation to action, and a challenge to rise to the extraordinary possibilities that 2026 has already begun to offer. Those who pay attention, act wisely, and adapt with foresight will find themselves ahead, fully aligned with the momentum of a year that is transforming the world around us.